All right, ladies, let's talk about something that makes some of you blush, some of you nod, and all of you deep down wonder about. We're diving into the raw, unadulterated, often whispered about territory of intimacy, and specifically the act of giving a blowy. Now, before your mind jumps to conclusions, before you start categorizing yourselves or others, I want you to lean in, because this isn't about judgment. It's about understanding power, pleasure, and the profound connection that can be forged when you truly let go. For centuries, there's been this quiet narrative around women and oral sex. It's been shrouded in mystery, sometimes shame, often seen as something you do for him rather than something you experience with him. But I'm here to tell you that narrative is as outdated as dial-up internet. We're in a new era, an era where women are reclaiming their pleasure, redefining their boundaries, and understanding that true intimacy isn't just about what you receive, but what you give, how you express, and the fearless vulnerability you bring to the table. So when we talk about women who give head, what are we really talking about? We're talking about women who are confident enough in their sexuality to explore it without inhibition. We're talking about women who understand that pleasure is a two-way street, and sometimes the most exquisite pleasure comes from witnessing and creating it in another. We're talking about women who are willing to step outside of societal expectations and embrace a form of intimacy that is primal, powerful, and deeply connecting. Now, I'm not here to tell you that every woman should give head or that it's a prerequisite for a fulfilling relationship. Absolutely not. Your body, your rules, always. But I am here to challenge you to think beyond the superficial, to look at the act not as a chore or a concession, but as a potential pathway to deeper intimacy, a profound expression of desire, and a powerful tool for connection. Think about it. When you're truly present, truly engaged in that act, what are you doing? You're not just moving your mouth. You're communicating, you're expressing trust, desire, and a willingness to explore the depths of physical connection. You're showing your partner that you're willing to go there, to be raw, to be vulnerable, and to immerse yourselves in a shared experience of pure, unadulterated sensation. And let's be real, ladies, the feedback loop is instantaneous. You feel his response, you hear his sounds, you witness his pleasure, and in that moment, there's an undeniable connection that transcends words. It's a language all its own, spoken in moans and shivers, a secret shared between two people who are daring to be truly intimate. But here's the kicker, and this is where it gets really interesting. Many women, when they first start exploring this, approach it with a sense of duty or even a slight apprehension. They're focused on the technique, on doing it right. And while technique is certainly part of it, it's not the most important part. The most important part is your energy, your presence, your desire to give pleasure. When you approach it from a place of genuine desire, from a place of wanting to truly pleasure him, that's when it transforms. That's when it stops being an act and starts being an experience. And guess what? When you're genuinely invested in his pleasure, you often find your own. There's a delicious, almost mischievous joy in knowing you're bringing him to the brink in wielding that kind of power. So when we talk about women who give head, we're talking about women who understand the power of their own sexuality, women who aren't afraid to get a little messy, to explore the edges of their comfort zones, and to use their bodies as instruments of pleasure and connection. We're talking about women who are confident, adventurous, and deeply in tune with their desires and the desires of their partners. It's about owning that space, ladies. It's about recognizing that you hold a key to a profound level of intimacy, a key that can unlock not just his pleasure, but a deeper bond between you two. And when you approach it with that mindset, with that confidence, with that genuine desire to connect, that's when it becomes truly electrifying. That's when you realize that giving head isn't just about pleasing him, it's about empowering yourself, and it's about forging an intimacy that runs deeper than you ever thought possible. All right, ladies, let's dive even deeper, because the nuances of this act and the women who engage in it are far more complex and empowering than a surface level glance might suggest. We've talked about confidence and connection, but now let's unpack the art of it and the psychological ripple effects it can have on your relationship. When a woman truly embraces giving head, she's not just performing a physical act, she's engaging in a masterful display of sensuality, control, and profound giving. Think about the sensory experience, the warmth, the taste, the textures, the sounds. It's a symphony of sensation that, when orchestrated with intent and passion, can be utterly transcendent for both parties. And this isn't about being a passive participant, it's about being an active, engaged, and powerful creator of pleasure. Consider the level of attention and focus required to truly give a man an unforgettable blowy. You're not just going through the motions, you're attuned to his responses, the subtle shifts in his body, the way he breathes, the little sounds he makes. You're reading his signals, anticipating his needs, and adjusting your rhythm, pressure, and technique to maximize his pleasure. This isn't just physical dexterity, it's a profound act of emotional intelligence and empathetic connection. You're literally feeling him, not just physically, but emotionally through the conduit of this intimate act. And let's talk about the power dynamics, because this is where it gets really juicy. In many ways, the woman giving head holds an immense amount of power. She controls the pace, the intensity, the journey towards climax. She's the conductor of this intimate orchestra, guiding her partner through waves of sensation. And there's an incredible confidence that comes with knowing you have that power, with knowing you can bring a man to his knees, not just physically, but emotionally through your skill and your desire to please. This isn't about dominance in a negative sense. It's about owning your sexual agency and reveling in your ability to create profound pleasure. But beyond the immediate physical thrill, let's explore what this act communicates on a deeper subconscious level. When a woman gives head with genuine enthusiasm and presence, she's communicating a profound level of trust and acceptance. She's saying, I see you, I desire you, and I am willing to immerse myself completely in this experience with you. This kind of uninhibited intimacy can dismantle barriers, dissolve inhibitions, and forge a bond that transcends the everyday. It's an affirmation of desire, a powerful statement of I want you and I want to pleasure you. For the man, receiving this kind of unreserved attention and pleasure from a woman he cares about can be incredibly affirming. It speaks to his desirability, his masculinity, and his capacity for deep connection. It's not just about the orgasm, it's about feeling utterly desired, cherished, and seen in his rawest, most vulnerable state. This kind of experience can deepen his emotional connection to you, making him feel more cherished and understood than words alone ever could. It creates a memory, a shared secret language of pleasure that strengthens the fabric of your relationship. Now, some women might worry about the perception of giving head, that it makes them seem easy or desperate. And to those worries, I say pish posh, those are antiquated. Patriarchal narratives designed to control female sexuality and diminish female pleasure. We are living in an era where women are reclaiming their bodies, their desires, and their right to experience pleasure on their own terms. A woman who confidently gives head isn't easy. She's empowered. She's not desperate. She's desirous. She's a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to explore the full spectrum of intimacy. It's about shedding those societal shackles and embracing your authentic, sensual self. It's about understanding that your sexuality is a powerful force, and how you choose to express it is entirely your prerogative. When you approach oral sex from a place of genuine desire, and not from a place of obligation or insecurity, it transforms from a mere act into a profound expression of love, lust, and connection. And let's be honest, ladies, there's a certain thrill, a certain joy de vivre that comes from knowing you can absolutely melt a man with your mouth. It's a skill, an art form, and when mastered, it's an incredibly potent tool for intimacy and pleasure. It's about being adventurous, being open, and being willing to explore the delicious depths of human connection without reservation. So when we talk about women who give head, we're talking about women who are fearless in their pursuit of pleasure and connection. We're talking about women who understand that true intimacy isn't just about what happens in the bedroom, but about the profound emotional and physical exchange that takes place when two people truly let go and surrender to the moment. It's about being bold, being sensual, and owning every single luscious inch of your sexual power. All right, ladies, let's bring this home with a truly expansive, no-holds-barred exploration of the profound impact of women who give head, moving beyond the physical act itself and delving into the psychological, emotional, and relational transformations that this intimate expression can ignite. This isn't just about technique, it's about the philosophy behind it, the mindset, and the ripple effect it creates in the tapestry of your deepest connections. We've touched on confidence, connection, and power, but let's magnify these concepts and weave them into the larger narrative of feminine strength and self-actualization. A woman who confidently, enthusiastically, and skillfully gives head is, in essence, a woman who has tapped into a primal, ancient wellspring of feminine energy. She is a woman who understands that her body is not just a vessel, but a dynamic instrument of pleasure, creation, and profound connection. She's not just participating, she's orchestrating, leading, and immersing herself in a dance that is as old as humanity itself. Think about the psychological barriers that many women, eps, and men, for that matter, carry around sexual expression. There's often a lingering sense of shame, guilt, or the fear of being too much or not enough. But a woman who embraces oral sex, not as an obligation, but as an act of genuine desire and generosity, shatters these internal limitations. She's breaking free from restrictive societal narratives and stepping into her authentic sexual power. This isn't just liberating for her, it's liberating for her partner and for the relationship as a whole, creating a space where true, uninhibited intimacy can flourish. This act, when imbued with presence and passion, becomes a profound act of vulnerability and trust. For the woman, it requires a willingness to surrender to the moment, to let go of inhibitions, and to be fully present in a deeply sensual experience. For the man, it requires a vulnerability to receive, to trust in her touch, and to allow himself to be completely undone by her. This mutual vulnerability is the bedrock of true intimacy. It's in these moments of raw, unfiltered connection that bonds are forged and love deepens in ways that casual interactions simply cannot achieve. It's an unspoken agreement to explore the depths of pleasure and connection together, stripping away the masks and revealing authentic selves. Consider the role of playfulness and adventure. A woman who gives head with genuine enjoyment often brings a sense of play to the bedroom. She's not afraid to experiment, to explore new sensations, to tease and tantalize. This adventurous spirit is intoxicating. It keeps the spark alive, prevents boredom from creeping into the relationship, and signals to her partner that she's a willing and enthusiastic participant in their shared sexual journey. This spirit of playful exploration extends beyond just oral sex, permeates the entire relationship, fostering an environment of curiosity, excitement, and mutual discovery. It says, "I'm here for the ride, and I want to make it exhilarating for both of us." Furthermore, this act can be an incredible conduit for communication and understanding. Beyond the moans and gasps, there's a non-verbal dialogue happening. She's learning what he likes, what brings him to the edge, what makes him shiver with delight. And he's learning to trust her intuitive touch, to revel in her focused attention, and to communicate his pleasure through his body. This shared experience creates a deeper understanding of each other's desires, a silent language of lust and affection that strengthens their emotional and physical connection. It builds a history of shared pleasure, a library of sensations that they can revisit and expand upon. Now, let's talk about the transformative power of being a woman who confidently gives head. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. You become more attuned to your own body and its capacity for pleasure. You become more confident in your sexual expression. You become more deeply connected to your partner. This confidence spills over into other areas of your life, your career, your friendships, your self-esteem. When you are truly empowered in your sexuality, that power radiates outwards, influencing every facet of your existence. You walk with a different swagger and knowing smile because you understand a fundamental truth about human connection and your potent role within it. And let's be unapologetically clear, this is about reciprocity and mutual pleasure. While the focus here is on the woman giving head, it's always within the context of a relationship where both partners are actively engaged in pleasing each other. A woman who gives head with passion and intent expects and deserves the same level of attention, care, and enthusiasm in return. This mutual exchange of pleasure and generosity is what truly elevates a sexual relationship from merely functional to profoundly fulfilling. It's about a dance where both partners lead and follow, give and receive, creating a harmonious symphony of shared ecstasy. In conclusion, ladies, when we speak of women who give head, we are speaking of women who are not just performing an act, but embodying a powerful philosophy of intimacy, connection, and self-expression. They are women who embrace their sensual power. They understand their capacity to create profound pleasure and use it with confidence and joy. Shatter societal norms. They refuse to be limited by outdated expectations and instead forge their own path to sexual liberation. Cultivate deep trust and vulnerability. They create space where true emotional and physical intimacy can flourish, embody playfulness and adventure. They keep the spark alive and continuously explore new dimensions of pleasure with their partners, foster profound communication. They speak a language of desire that transcends words, deepening understanding and connection. Are catalysts for transformation. Their confidence and self-awareness in the bedroom ripple outwards, enriching every aspect of their lives. Champion reciprocity and mutual pleasure. They understand that true intimacy is a generous exchange where both partners are equally invested in each other's satisfaction. So when you consider the women who confidently, artfully, and passionately give head, don't just see an act, see a woman who is fully alive, fully engaged, and fully empowered in her sexuality. See a woman who is not afraid to dive into the beautiful, messy, exhilarating depths of human connection. See a woman who is a true architect of intimacy, building bridges of pleasure and understanding that stand the test of time. This is not just about what happens in the bedroom, it's about a profound declaration of self, a fearless exploration of connection, and a celebration of the limitless power of feminine sensuality. And trust me, ladies, that is a force to be reckoned with. If this conversation has sparked something within you, a flicker of recognition, a surge of curiosity, or that powerful moment, then I know you're craving more. We've just scratched the surface of what it means to truly understand intimacy, to embody confidence, and to wield your unique power in the world of relationships. This isn't just about fleeting connections or superficial games. It's about forging bonds that are deep, meaningful, and utterly transformative. It's about becoming the most radiant, authentic, and magnetic version of yourself. And that journey, my friends, is a continuous one filled with revelations and growth that can change the entire trajectory of your love life and beyond. If you're ready to peel back more layers, to challenge old beliefs, and to discover the secrets to attracting and keeping the kind of extraordinary love you truly deserve, then there's only one thing left to do. Don't let this moment of inspiration fade. Take action right now. Hit that subscribe button and become a vital part of our thriving community. When you subscribe, you're not just signing up for more content, you're investing in yourself. You're committing to a path of self-discovery, empowerment, and genuine connection. You'll gain exclusive access to strategies that will revolutionize your approach to dating, communication, and intimacy. We'll dive into everything from understanding masculine psychology to mastering the art of irresistible charisma, from building unshakable self-worth to creating profound emotional bonds that last. So if you're done with playing small, if you're ready to step into your full power, and if you're hungry for the kind of profound insights that genuinely make a difference in your love life, then don't hesitate. Join thousands of incredible women who are already transforming their relationships and their lives. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and make sure you're the first to know when the next game-changing piece of wisdom drops. Let's continue this journey of unlocking extraordinary intimacy and building the love life of your dreams together. Your incredible future starts with this click. Do it now!